fuck? Alright. Why, though? Alright, you're definitely showing off right now. Because there's no need to do any of this. So at 40 plus 10 plus 5, you made her a DC hero. Here's the thing, her weakest stat by far is res. I believe she has 19 res at base, something ridiculously low where you would never ever want to bother trying to save it. However, in this case, you are absolutely trying to save it with Barrier Axe as well, which is stupid because her best weapon is her base weapon. Her base weapon is one of the most insane weapons in the game. She's meant to be an offensive hero. So when you say you're showing off, you're absolutely showing off because this build still works. Ah, I hate that. It still works because Peony support makes it work. Because she gets you plus 7 res, she gets you more attack and more speed, and more stats in general after a dance anyways. Or sing, whatever it is. Mirror Stance, Barrier Lance, 11 more res. That gets you to 37. Peony adds another 7, you get a 44. 44 res starts to work out pretty well. I would not run chill attack speed too though. What? Why would you need that? No. Don't use that. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense in the context of this build. But yeah, basically you hit her and she attacks and then she attacks one more time and heals up. If there's a Brave Lucina, you attack her and she instantly heals. I mean, it's interesting, but like, oh boy, you're just seriously showing off. This is one of the best Guild Force heroes in the game. She doesn't need to do this. This is definitely not necessary at all. But yeah, it works. It's good. It's dumb. I would not do this. The scariest thing is you hit her and she probably one-shots you because speed defense rain adds another 4, so it's 66 damage. Oh, and Mirror Stance adds another 4, so it's 70. Maybe that doesn't happen, but if they're mages, it's silly. It's her weakest stat, res, and you're trying to jack it up. This is super cool, but there's a few funky things about this. Rule number 1, never ever go for attack refine on tomes. Why? It almost does nothing for you ever. You go from 12 might to 13 might. Who cares? That's the shitty part. It's the worst value refine you can possibly get. Better refine to go for. Speed. Why? You're built for that. Lull speed res, attack speed push, and Blarfox. So that's 3. That's 7. That's another 4. 14 extra speed gets you to 50. 50 is really, really good, but you gotta remember a lot of heroes we fight nowadays, especially God Swords, reach around 55. Even her fellow banner hero in Jill is hitting 50 something, 57? Yeah, 57. Something ridiculous at base. So for those reasons, absolutely go for plus speed. Instead, every point of speed matters so much. And instead of Death Blow, I would have gone for Swiss Barrel. But I understand it. She hits super hard and you can go for that one-shot kill capability. And I do believe in it. I do. Maybe keep Death Blow, but absolutely refine this for speed. 52 speed is... I always suggest like Spurn, Close Call, and stuff on heroes with 55 speed. If you hit 52, you would break them. So that's what I would do. But if you hit 50, they're still doubling you, in which case they'll kill you. Because their defense isn't great. Anyways, let's calculate damage. It's 4, 7, 11, 14, 20. So 79 to 84. What the fuck? What? What the Ilyana? 40 plus 10 plus 2. Congratulations on plus 10ing her. Which, by the way, even though it's super easy to plus 10 her right now, I would wait. Just like, but then again, with like Altena, you might take a year just to get 11 copies of her. For me right now, I'm at like plus 4 Altena, and she's been released forever. Not forever, but you know what I mean. 40 plus 10 plus 2 plus attack. I agree with that. I think plus attack Ilyana. I think you guys gotta decide between plus attack or plus speed Ilyana. Plus attack Ilyana can one-shot so many things in the game thanks to her ridiculous base attack of 38. And with Blarfox augmenting it further, it's crazy good. With that said, future-proofing Ilyana would be plus speed because her speed actually does keep up. In a current build that you have right now, you're kind of having the best of both worlds. But again, it's by using speed res solo, which is not the easiest seal to spare. So 46 HP, 58 attack, 38 speed, 21 defense, and 44 res. I don't think plus res really is necessary. I think your res goes so high it doesn't even matter. For example, Blarfox, that's already at 48, so who really wants or needs much more? That said though, Blarfox rally speed, res, iceberg, mirror, impact, law attack, res 3, res ploy, and speed res. So res ploy with 44 res is nice. Should catch most things. Law attack res or Blarfox gives you 50 something res at base. If you're alone, it's now over 55. With mirror impact, if you're alone, it's now in the 60s. That's insane. So mages don't do damage to you. Unfortunately, dragons still target your defense, so they hurt you. This is one of those times where I'm like, damn, I kind of wish you did well, dragons are kind of rare now, but Mystic Boost would make so much sense on Ilyana. But again, laws are super good, so especially going from the degree of, hey, let's try to one-shot our opponents, laws make a lot of sense. With that said, if you're trying to one-shot, it's probably Death Blow though. But yeah, let's calculate damage. 3, 6, 4, so 7, 13, 71 damage. That's pretty solid. Rivers, Armored, Armor, Gatri, level 40, 2 flowers. Why did I say level 40? Minus HP plus defense, 50 HP, 57 attack, 17 speed, 47 defense, 39 res. He's one of the most min-max heroes in the game, and you gave him Distant Ward. He doesn't come with Distant Ward, does he?
No, he gets 40 defense.
Yeah, he gets 40 defense. Alright, so that means probably Edelgard. Everyone's Distant Wards are coming from Edelgard nowadays. Oh, actually, I don't know whose it is because there's no... I can't tell, actually. Whose Distant Ward is it? Because there's no drive. You would take the drive res.
Maybe Selkie, maybe for the res wave.
But why would you... Selkie's so good.
Yeah, but Gatri, dude.
Those muscles, man.
Odd wave res. But the thing is, killing a... Okay, here's the thing. I have trouble killing, like, special heroes for, like, for skills. And in my eyes, Distant Ward is kind of balls. Like, it's not that great. Okay, I guess that is what you sacrifice, and having odd res wave, even attack wave. I'm just surprised because the reality is you would have preferred DC, and the reason for that is as simple as, well, you have super high defense. I do understand from the respect, like, there are a lot of fire sweep archers nowadays, but I'm starting to see, like, so many spendthrift archers as well, and you would be able to counterattack them at least. Alright, so keep Crafty Fighter, I agree, because that gives you guard and it's enhanced, essentially enhanced QR. You know, to be honest, I would personally just go back to Fortress Defense Res. Distant Ward is good and it helps a lot against dragons and mages. Okay, fine. I guess you keep Distant Ward. It's just ideally it's DC. I don't know. But what do you guys think? The build itself is pretty good. Though I still prefer Attack Smoke with a stance, but that's about the only thing. Alright, Matt. Oh my god. You got me mad. This is... Wow. Congratulations. This is a amazing sweeper, and you don't really need anyone's help because his base build's already great. Hold on. Wait, what was his B slot? It wasn't null follow-up, was it? It was law attack speed. Okay. Whoa. Alright, that's interesting. Null follow-up is super useful, but when used offensively, I think it's not as big of a deal. Like, the amount of times you fight Wary Fighter, or you gotta tank, like, a Bold Fighter or something like that is not as common, I would say, nowadays. It's not bad to take null follow-up, it's just, I feel like Shinon's build gets completed with law attack speed instead. 3 attack, 3 speed, and the ability for them to deny them from being buffed up there probably is more important. Because I personally don't run null follow-up.
Defensively.
Huh?
Null follow-up does work defensively, and
right.
Shinon is fast enough to be able to make it work naturally as well. If you're going to go for the solo stack, though, with attack defense solo 4 and speed res solo, I personally think that plus res is going to be better than plus speed.
I think
That's if you're gonna go for high merchant though.
Okay. Yeah, I'd probably keep plus speed because that's such a good one to have. But yeah, at high merges, things might change. I don't know. I don't think he's really that kind of hero to. Because if you ask me, hey Nims, which archer would you try and tank with nowadays? That's like, of all of them, it'd probably be Claude right now, first and foremost. I think Shinon's pretty high up there, but he doesn't have the sustain. And even though double bow gives you extra defense, speed, blah blah blah, attack defense solo gives you there, speed res solo gives you more. It just doesn't get high enough. So your actual defense is 7 plus 5, 12. That gets you to 39. And your res is 11 extra, so that gets you 36. Yeah, the overall defensive bulk doesn't get high enough in my eyes to like try to tank with him. It doesn't get high enough either for Claude, but like he heals, so makes up for it. If you switch off Deadeye, maybe. Huh?
No. That being said, with the light blessing, that implies that air is going to be there, and if you have all three of our current light mythics actually supporting Shinon, then it becomes significantly more difficult to actually do meaningful damage that's going to last, simply because air is healing him more likely than not at the start of every turn.
Yeah. Well, that's if he has it, and I don't want to just assume that. So I guess he can pull it off, but yeah, it's depends on your team's composition. If you have further support for him, then yeah, I can see it happen. I have like no faith in you building her correctly at all. I just want you to hear that before I go over your hero. And I want you to know it's not personal. It's just you're stupid. Generally speaking, anyways.
Or Vic.
Icy Flame Lancer Patrine. Oh my god, I knew it. Okay, 40 plus 2 plus 5. Wow, you've already maxed out flowers. Defensive hero usage. Defensive hero? What the hell? 45 HP, 54 attack, 43 speed, 32 defense, 25 res. Remember, this is a defensive hero. Flame Lance, reposition soul, distant counter, wall attack, speed 3, joint drive attack, and speed res solo. I feel like you lost a few screws on the way here. You're kidding me.
Here's my very interesting Rothwell 7,982.
Tay, you're literally in the chat. You could just say it yourself.
No, you can't. I'm not here.
Alright. So immediately I'm going to say, why DC? If you're going to use her defensively, she's going to be used as a charging cav, not being used defensively. So right away, I'm already questioning this. Number 2, lull attack speed. Dropping their attack, dropping their speed. This does help her survivability. But again, she's charging into her opponent, in which case her A slot's not working. More speed and res, again, she's charging into her opponent, so that does work, but your joint drive attack therefore doesn't work. She's not meant to tank like anything. I know you're in your mind, DC repel close call is like the greatest thing ever, but she can't use those skills. She can use the DC part, but she can't use the other parts. Jesus. Okay, so personally, I think Patrine should be going for like one-shot kills is something that she's really it's really possible for her to do in the future. And she's actually quick enough to she's actually super fast. She's one of the fastest. Actually, she is top 3 fastest. Well, I think she is the fastest free-to-play hero. Okay, so the entire point with Flame Lance, gotta remember, it's targeting res. So, you drop their speed and res by 5, and you target res and speed plus 3 additionally. If you run attack speed push 4, 7 extra attack, 7 extra speed. If you run lull attack res, and she's targeting res. If you run a build like that, with like Death Blow or Swift Sparrow or something like that, or just where you get a little bit more attack, you have a really good chance of like one-shotting them. And if they survive, you'll kill them in the second shot. Most things baiting have lower res than defense, and she'll maximize that extra bit of attack in your favor. The one build I would just like never ever do on her is distant counter anything, because her res is her weakest stat and she can't really save it. So I know speed res solo gets her to 31. This effectively turns into 34, but she's not gonna get through more than one battle, tank more than one shot. That's the problem. So yeah, I would not do this. The best fodder for her that's cheap. Attack speed push 4, law attack res, and you get that from a brave Lysithea. She has the highest potential speed, does she? I know for sure she's the highest free to play, but I'm not sure about overall. No, I haven't started on those heroes, but we're going to in a moment. Katrine's gimmick is actually really good. I like her a lot. I'm gonna plus 10 her.
Give you mana 409682262.
Thanks, Prison Mike. I don't think this is the build for her. Here's the thing, guys. If your intention is to make a tank hero, a tanky hero, it's either now tanks, literally tanks, as in armor heroes. For example, if you're looking for a really good armored hero that's a Lancer, you're going Brave Hector nowadays. If you're looking for a really good infantry hero to do such a build, they're even better because they can run Repel, Close Call, Spurn, all those skills. So most Lancers are really good, i.e. Chris, i.e. Apotheosis, Anna, those are really good. When it comes to Cav Lancers, you really don't have an option outside of Patrine, but even then, she's not meant for it. When you're moving 3 spaces, the entire intention with like that much movement is to be used offensively, aggressively. So Patrine actually doesn't really make sense in such a build. So I wouldn't do DC on her, like at all. It works because she ultimately gets to 170 BST with a merge. Like she has a BST to kind of make it work, but it just doesn't work as well as the other movement types.
Just change it.